Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. The bro has arrived. It is the CryptoManiacs podcast with one of our first guests, right? It was one of our first guests on the show so many episodes ago. Honored to have him back. It is the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Raymond speaks. We're gonna get. If I had sound effects, I would do the clapping in the background, but it's just me clapping. Maybe Task will clap. I don't know. There you go.
Golf clap.
Golf clap. Perfect.
I'll clap too.
Good, sir. Welcome back, man. Good to see you. Hope
Thank
everything's good. And apparently we got a jam-packed show. That's the rumor. I don't know, Task. Do you have any insight into what this guy's about to drop on us here or something?
I have no insight whatsoever. I've been up to my eyeballs in HBD and taken on the Euro-dollar banking system. So I'm going to be 100% completely surprised, just like you are, John. I have no idea what the hell this guy's going to talk about. He says he has some big announcements. I think he kind of indicated we were going to get money, but I don't know.
Free gifts for everybody, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Did I see a tweet about that out of the Bro Fund, or did I misread, John? My eyes aren't.
You might have misread that one.
I misread that one. Huh?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, okay.
So how you doing, man?
How you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, good,
Raymond?
good. We've been working away hard for the last 4 months.
Yeah, you were on last, I think, November or so, maybe October, November time period.
I think it was near the end of the summer that I was last on, and I was sort of coming to the end of what I'd been doing there and looking for something new. So luckily I found it. So we've been working away pretty damn hard for the last 4 months. I've completely reinvigorated Cine TV, thanks to. You see him on the chat there. That's Papa Crusher and Sub. So we've got a jam-packed show. Lots of announcements of what I want to talk about. But it depends whether you guys want that.
Before getting to that, the most important thing. I see you recently became a nerd too. You've been using ListNerds and sending some stuff out there. And
yes.
What's your unbiased view of that platform?
The unbiased view, right, is before Hive, I used to use a lot of those types of mailers, and I have that urge to go back to those mailers and go, check out this platform. I really do, because I think that would be great advertisement, promotional material for you guys. I really love it. It's something new, very, very new. I think it might take a while to catch on the outer community, but when it does, man, that's so unique and new to the arena. It solves a lot of problems as well, because not only do the people who use it get paid, but also they have to read what you've got, what you've been sending people, and the people that are reading are actually interested in what you've got to send. I've had no end of people with my Bro Fund posts because of that. I think it's great. I do. I honestly swear to God, I have considered numerous times now trying to get myself in number one spot in that. I'm just sort of holding off right now.
He always teases me all the time with that too, he'll send me a note every couple of weeks, yeah, I'm thinking, we're gonna ape into this ListNerd stuff, and I'm like, bro, don't ask me, because I'll be pretty biased. I'll be like, yeah, great idea. What am I gonna say, right? No, it's horrible. Don't even bother.
No, I love ListNerds. It's great for promotion. Really, really good for promotion. I've noticed at least 100% uptick in visitors to my posts now because of ListNerds.
Nice.
So I love it. I really do.
Yeah, I think it's I think it's great for two types of people. One is projects. I think it's ideal for projects to promote their stuff. And the second is obviously new and under discovered content creators, where all of a sudden somebody doesn't get a lot of visits to their post, but they send it out on listeners, and we know that a percentage of the people on listeners are loyal, dedicated Hive people who will check out the blog posts and do read them, and we'll leave a comment. We'll give an upvote either on the listener site and or on the post itself.
Yeah, I love it. It's great.
So will you give forewarning to Jimmy if you do decide to go all in on listeners and take over the number one spot? Because Jimmy's holding on to that number one spot, and it sounds like you want to bump him to number two.
I'm holding off at the moment. I'm sort of like, well, you see, I'm earning quite a lot of listeners as well. So it's like, well, do I want to earn it, or do I want to buy it? Or do I want to buy it and then earn more through buying it? It's quite a confusing one at the moment, but I'm really, really, really thinking about buying my way to the top soon. So we'll see.
Well, I mean, don't ask me for my opinion, because you know what I'm going to say. So, yeah.
Sell it all.
Sell it all. Yeah, get out now, dude.
Well, whatever we do, right, is we would just keep staking it. I won't be selling any of those listeners. So I'll just be getting staked and staked and staked until forever, really. Because I think I'll be there. I'll be one of the top platforms on Hive eventually. That's my opinion, but I might again be biased because I come from that arena, marketing and blogging and all sorts of things like that.
On a side note of that, and I don't want to turn this into the listeners' love show, but we're actually hearing that from some of the people inside of the mailer. I'm using little bunny ears here. Quote. Industry, that they're like, well, we are looking at what listeners is doing, and this is what we want to do. We want to totally put the emails off of Gmail and onto a platform, and then we want to reward people and the senders of it with some type of currency. And we'll see it happen. It'll be slow, I think, but it's a change. It's a different way of doing it where everyone wins. No one really loses in it, right? And that's a different model than the traditional. And you've done marketing before. You know how it works. It's the person who owns the program gets all the benefits.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. And then the people who use it get very little. But this has changed the game completely.
I think you've entered max headroom mode there on your microphone. I don't know what happened. It's like, yeah, I don't know.
You got buzzing. You got major buzzing.
That was good. It was max headroom.
You did it on the fly. No.
Oh my god.
It's okay. Don't worry. Yeah, only 30 million people are watching right now, so don't worry.
Is that better?
No.
I don't know what happened. No.
Very sci-fi.
Very sci-fi.
What about now?
No.
Nope.
You are sci-fi. It was like you were mid-sentence and just switched on you.
Yeah, it was weird.
What about now?
Still there.
Still there. It's okay. Don't worry. We can edit it to make us all look very good at life. Don't worry. It's all good.
Yeah, I was editing last week where I had hair.
No, still the same.
Oh, is that better?
Nope.
Better?
No, it's almost like you need to unplug it and plug it back in. That's what it sounds like.
I was thinking,
yeah. Exactly. Yes, Tracy. Welcome, Tracy, to the show. She's like, she just tunes in and Ray goes creepy sounding. Yeah,
What about now?
No.
Oh my god.
You could, what you could do. It's no worries. I can edit this out too. We could just maybe leave and come back in. That might reset it too.
Right, what about now?
Nope, still there.
I'll leave and come back in.
Okay, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
So now while he leaves and comes back in, this is the musical interlude where Task and I start singing and dancing. No? We have good viewers today. I don't want to scare them.
I like that one. At least the Scottish accent is masked a little.
Perfect. There you go.
Oh,
Great.
There you go.
in the program. Oh well. Okay. Right.
He doesn't sound like a chipmunk. Oh, this is a rough crowd.
They're rough
Yeah.
today, man.
That's all right.
Look at Lisa jumping in there with the left hook, right to Ray's jaw. I mean, it's a couple face shots. I mean, you got a couple nose shots in here. I mean, Tracy just bitch slapped you, man. I mean, she made like Will Smith and thought you were, what's his face?
Chris Rock.
Yeah, you're
Chris
just Chris
Rock,
Rock getting slapped around here by Tracy.
Oh, it's always an adventure.
I'm used to it in the bro cave. They're always getting on at me.
Yeah, it's like. Here's a compliment. Cool. Now Ray sounds normal weird. I mean, with friends like this, Ray, why not? Who needs enemies? I mean, good God.
Oh, that was good, man. That was good.
So now that you're back on speaking terms with us and back in this century, not in the year 2700, what's going on with you? What are some of the developments that you said you've reworked some things? I don't know where you want to start. If you want to start with Cine, you want to start with your new project.
Let's start with Cine. I'll get one of the most exciting things out of the way. Can you guys screen share at all? Are you able to screen share on this?
So down at the bottom, you put screen share, and then I'll bring it up, and we can take a look.
I'm not that great at that, so can I send you what I was wanting to screen share, and you can do it for me? Is that right?
Yeah. It's really easy, man. You just click the screen share button right underneath us, and it'll ask you what tab, and then you bring it up, and that's it. It's super simple. That's why I use Restream, man. It's because I'm an idiot and I can't even turn on my computer at times. So this is why I use this platform.
Okay.
And keep in mind, of the two of us, he's the technical expert.
That's what's terrifying, folks.
Yeah, that is terrifying.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to make sure this is up. All right. So, that's the one. There you go.
Yep. Cool.
Can you see that?
Yep. There it is.
Yeah, so we've partnered with Rising Star.
Heck yeah.
And so can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, so we've partnered with Rising Star, and in the next few days we will be releasing our new Rising Star card, and it's going to be rare, and you can only buy it with Cine.
Wow. Nice.
That's one of the things we're working on at the moment, which we're really excited about. Papa. Oh, sorry, I closed that. Yeah, there we go.
No worries.
Yeah, Papa. He's going to be announcing that tomorrow on how much it's worth and where you can buy it and so on.
So you don't have a price yet, do you? Like how much it's going to be?
I don't want to announce it just yet.
Want to buy it?
No, it's not on sale yet. Papa's going to announce that tomorrow. So yeah.
Cool.
So that.
Very nice. I've slowly been getting into that game a lot. Like I know it's a very passive, idle game, but it's pretty slick, man. And they do such a good job with supporting the community and stuff.
They're really good, and I play Rising Star literally just for the indie music. It's amazing. All the artists, they play all the community's artists. It's really good. So
for sure.
So Papa will be announcing that tomorrow, and we'll, I guess, tell you how much it's worth and where you can buy it from. So
very nice, man.
How many are available? Just one, or they're going to be a multitude?
Oh, there'll be a multitude. I think there's in total 100, so it's going to be rare.
All the same?
So it'll be, all the same cards.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll be going on sale when we announce it. So
Amir's being very witty. He's so it's not yet pricing star. So you can play on words there. It's good. Yeah, man. So yeah,
So
Cine, what's going on with, like, I mean, this is what's really cool. And first of all, I got to shout you out for, you've been sponsoring quite a few of our webinars. I've been giving out some Cine tokens that you gave for my viewers in the CTP tribe. And that's one tribe that people are really passionate about. And I mean, that just shows you, obviously, television, TV, movies, stuff like that. Like that's a big thing. But that's such an easy onboarding thing for people that might not consider themselves Pulitzer Prize winning authors. Like, go write about Law and Order, go write about CSI, go write about Fear Factor, whatever. But like, you can literally get on board and start writing stuff instead of writing like Taskmaster 4450 level stuff. You can talk
You
about
say it's easy. You should have seen what we went through, though, John, to come up with this idea. Remember that, Raymond? We were back and forth and all over the place and talking about different things, and it's like, it was. We went all over the place. I mean, it was just. And then one day we just came up with that, and Raymond decided to run with it. And next thing you know, he has like developers involved, and it's like, look, I got a site built. It's like, what the fuck? We just like decided this. It's like, oh no, I built the site. It's like, oh, okay.
So, well, that actually leads me on to my next thing. Is I reframed the entire. Since we last talked, I reframed the entire team, and who I had in place at the start, they were just too busy. They were all working on their own stuff, and
right.
People were spread too thin, which is fair enough. No shade to them because they had all their own stuff going. So I basically reframed the team, and we got like a team at 18 people now. I think it's pretty large. And on that note, we've actually managed to hire a really good developer, and we're actively looking to solve not only our problems, but actual Hive problems, like a proper working search bar for one thing. Things like, we've asked a developer if he can actually look at maybe making our when you come to a specific profile, if we can rearrange that and personalize it rather than just have the standard today, yesterday, the day before, and so on like that. So we're actively looking to solve real Hive problems as well as our own, because there's other things that we've got in the works there. So
Ismail says, Cine, I thought it was pronounced sign. Yeah, I know. That was what I was asking too when it first launched. I was like, how is it like cinema sign? Like, I wasn't. So what's the official?
It was short for cinema TV. We were cinema and TV. We thought of a film site. Then it was a TV site. Raymond added the TV part and then ran with it to all these other tentacles. It was amazing to watch.
I always called it Cine.
Yeah.
So, but everybody else calls it. Some people call it sign. Some people call it Cine. I guess it is whatever you want it to be. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter as long as you identify with it. That's the main thing, really.
Nice.
That's what we hope in the end.
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic project on Hive because, again, and one of the biggest things I run into is onboarding. I was actually walking a buddy of mine yesterday through the sign-up process, and I don't know if you guys have tried doing that. It's like, it's still not easy, even if we know all of it. It's so Cine will help really aid.
That is actually our biggest focus is onboarding. So, that process is going to have to be as seamless as possible. But again, we're only really starting the meat and bones of the development, so we won't be ready for a few months at least.
Nice. It's exciting, man. It's exciting. I mean, it's one of those projects I think it's like Rising Star. It's like when people are getting onto Hive and, it's mostly crypto stuff, that scares not everyone, but it could scare someone who's new. But something like Rising Star, something like Cine TV, where it's something they don't need to be these all-star authors to contribute to the community.
And the reach of the potential market of a Cine TV is enormous because, who doesn't like movies or television and I mean, it's probably the number one water cooler topic there was. I mean, how often Monday morning or how often one morning are people in the office talking about, the latest episode of whatever last night? And, that's just been going on. I mean, hell, I remember that in elementary school with Who Shot JR. I mean, going way back 40 years.
I remember Who Shot JR as well.
So
God, I feel my age now.
Yeah, we both are. But, it's like you got your classic movies, you got your people who love Westerns, they love sci-fi, they love, you got the Star Wars versus Star Trek debate, you got your Trekkies out there, you got, people who love The Office, The Blacklist, on and on and on. And it's just a market that of the 5 billion people online, probably 4 billion of them have an interest in films or television shows. So it's really something that could be huge.
I've never met anyone who doesn't have some favorite film or an interest in some movie that they've seen even back when they were younger. Even my wife, she doesn't watch much movies, but she still has her favorites.
Yeah, it's like, the taboo subjects of politics, religion, and sports, because people are passionate on each side. But you find a lot of people who don't give a crap about sports. You can find a lot of people who don't care about politics. You find a lot of people who don't give a crap about religion. But like you just said, how many people, even if they don't watch much television these days, how many people still have the shows from their upbringing or movies from their upbringing that they still have a love and a passion for and still rewatch? I mean, John, you and I off air one day, we were talking about, I mean, between the two of us, we probably watched Draft Day 35 times, if not more.
That's not this time next week is my annual Draft Day viewing.
I watch it at least 2-3 times a year. If there's nothing on I haven't seen in about 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, I'll flip it on and watch it. It's
okay. That must be a Western Hemisphere thing.
American football.
American football. It's an entire movie about the NFL draft. Like that's all you need to know. That's how Americanized it is. And I'm Canadian, and
it's not even the game. It's just the draft.
Even the game. Yeah, there's no footage of gameplay or anything. It's all talking about the draft. I mean, anyways, yeah. But you know what? I'll write a Cine TV blog post about it because it's one of my favorite movies. Like you said, everyone's got a favorite something.
Please do.
So, it's the Detroit Lions movie. Exactly.
The closest Detroit Lions got to the Super Bowl is the fact that Matthew Stafford played for them for so long, and they have a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Yes, they lived vicariously through.
They lived vicariously through him.
So
Raymond, we lost you on this.
I know we totally would. Yeah. Let me ask you, just to have a little bit of fun here. We're having fun, but just let me give me your favorite movie of all time, and if it's probably Reservoir Dogs with the poster behind your head. Okay. So your favorite movie, and then your favorite TV series of all time. What would it be? If you're stranded on an island, you can only watch these two for the rest of your life.
Okay, so. Shutter Island's one of them. That's one in a long list. I really, really, really liked Shutter Island. And TV shows, well, it's Game of Thrones, isn't it? That was my favorite ever. I've not seen apart from the ending, which was diabolical and didn't really fit into but the lead up to the end was amazing, absolutely amazing. So they're my two that I would pick at the moment. Maybe in 10 years, I might have something different to say, but at the moment, I'll say that.
Good stuff.
Why'd you ask that? Oh,
I was just curious. I was just curious, just like to see what people were what your interests were. Because I just saw the poster behind your head, and I was like, yeah, is that a hint?
I really like. God, what's his name again? I forget his name. Him that did Reservoir Dogs. What'd you call him? Do you remember?
Oh, Quentin Tarantino? Or?
Yes. I really liked. I loved him when I was a younger guy. So.
Yeah. Nice.
Lisa's thrown up some good ones. She threw up Replacement, Goodfellas. Hard to argue with Goodfellas.
Breaking Bad.
Yep. Yeah. She threw up Law and Order as a TV show.
Yeah.
I'm looking for somebody who threw up Debbie Does Dallas. Not on the list yet.
Oh, here we
That's
go.
your
It's,
favorite, Pask. That's your favorite.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know if I could say. Oh, that'd be a tough one. Favorite movie though. That'd be a tough one. I'll tell you. I like Game of Thrones, but for TV show, and I don't know if it's big over in your neck of the woods there, but Sons of Anarchy was big over here.
That's good, Jack.
Great,
yeah.
great show.
And then if you go all time for me, I don't know if you'll agree with this or not, John, but all time for me is MASH. MASH is one of the all time.
It was funny, yeah. It was a little before my time, but I still watched reruns.
Before my time. I still
watch reruns of MASH. That was good.
Yeah. It was funny as heck, man. I mean, it was really, really funny.
And then if you want a top-notch comedy, Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield is one of my favorites.
Rodney Dangerfield. Yes, Farscape. Yes. Tracy for the science fiction fans. Yes, Farscape.
Farscape. I loved Farscape.
Yeah. Babylon 5 was great. Farscape, loved it. Yeah.
And the stars from Farscape went over at Stargate SG-1, didn't they?
Yeah.
All right, Raymond. The real question.
Yeah.
Star Wars or Star Trek?
What?
Star Wars or Star Trek? Which do you like better?
Oh God. Well, Star Wars has veered off into a tangent I don't like. I tried watching the new ones and I was like, oh my God, this is terrible.
Let's get to
the new ones are awful.
Star Trek and maybe Next Generation versus the original trilogy of Star Wars with Han Solo and Carrie Fisher.
That's an easy one. That's Star Wars then.
Yes.
I am currently at the moment. I'm slowly watching through the first Enterprise. It's just called Star Trek Enterprise.
Yeah,
I'm really enjoying that. I'm really enjoying that.
Yeah. Did you like Next Generation? Did you watch that?
I did. I'm actually watching. I really get really excited for Picard every time it comes on a Friday. I'm like, oh, Picard's on. I need to watch that.
I haven't got into the second season yet. First season was
like 90 years old.
Yeah,
he's like 100 in the show, isn't he? Yeah.
I'm surprised how he's
in real life
walking around.
90. I mean, he's ancient.
He's really old. Yeah, it's like God. You wonder if he's going to be alive at the end of this. You know?
Yeah, it's like the only people older are like people in the United States Senate. 85 years old. Yeah, I'm running for re-election. What are you kidding?
That's great. Hi, Barb. How you doing? Welcome to the show. We were going to talk about like crypto hive development that Raymond's been doing, but now it's going to be the Star Trek for Star Wars. I mean, it's great.
Well, we have so far. He talked that there's a new website coming out for Cine, not Sign, Cine for cinema. And then he also talked about the Rising Star collaboration, and there's an NFT coming out on that, and y'all can spend your Cine tokens on.
You can't buy it with Hive. You can only buy that one with Cine tokens. So.
You can't buy with Hive. You can't buy with HDB. Nope. So we're trying to do all this stuff for high back dollars, and Raymond just spits in our face and says, "Screw you! We're not going to take high back dollars for anything." I mean, you guys do all that work for nothing. So what else you got on your agenda?
So one thing I'd like to throw in there is Cine and the Bro Fund will be sponsoring the block party in Nashville. And don't ask me the state because I have zero clue about American geography.
It's in Tennessee. It's in the middle of the country.
Okay. So so we'll be officially sponsoring that. And if you go, you'll get Cine and Bro goodies, which will be nice.
Very nice. And when is this block party? When is it?
I think it's in September or November. I'm not wholly sure, but you can check the Alliance's post and I'll have it all there. If you go at the Alliance, it's all there. So you'll be able to. They're talking about having membership levels and you going from like the standard package all the way to the gold, red carpet laid out for you. There you go. Papa Crusher says it's between September and
9th and 11th.
9th and 11th, yeah.
So are you going to attend it, Raymond?
No, I'm sending Papa Crusher in my stead. So he'll be representing Bro and Sign in an official capacity and feedback to me.
Very nice. Will you be attending Task?
No, I don't know if I'm allowed to attend stuff like that. I tend not to get invited to a lot of places. If you
I'm
have
That's
sure
why
you'd
he's
be
got the
very well.
sunglasses. Yeah.
If my wife's going through a hard time at the moment, if she was well, I would be going and I'd be taking Papa with me.
well,
but
being
I'm-
married to you is always a hard time, I can imagine.
Oh, it is. I tell you, it is. You might be joking there, but that is no joke.
She's working on sainthood right out of the gate here.
Mm.
I don't even think she'll get questioned at the gate. They'll just go, "Oh, look, there's Raymond's wife."
How
And you go.
long you been married?
13 years now.
How many?
Yeah, 13 years.
13. I thought
Wow.
you said 30, 13. Okay.
Oh, no.
Hmm.
Not that old.
And how many of those 13 were happily married? 2, 3?
13. No, 13. Still very happy. She makes
Nice.
me very happy.
Still very
So,
happy. Do they drink a lot in Scotland?
I
I know the Irish do.
Dude
But
is
there's no
just
such thing as a happy Irish marriage. I guess,
he's
maybe
just
Sterling's drunk and
throwing
fighting.
shots, man. Just throwing shots.
Really happy. We're both not drinkers either, so that might be the key.
Yes.
Raymond, I love you. Raymond,
Oh,
and
I know.
go back many years.
That's all right. I don't mind.
On the blockchain, and his wife, from what I understand, is fully supportive of Raymond, and it's just a wonderful thing that
Oh, she is.
she is his biggest fan and biggest backer.
Very
That's
much
awesome.
so.
That is
Yeah,
so
got a
important.
lot
And I have
There's
his
no-
wife's permission to say that.
Good. So, dude, before we get into any other stuff going on with you, what's your general feeling, man, on the blockchain? Obviously, this is CryptoManiacs, but let's be brutally honest, we're very Hive specific here. So, what do you think? What's going on with Hive? What's your general feel of what's
Hive
happening?
in general, or the blockchain in general?
Yeah, Hive in general. Hive in general.
Hive in general.
Yeah.
I feel there's an underbelly. I've always said it. I said it to my guys, and I get a lot of stick for saying it, but I think Hive will be in a very, very different place in the next few years. Like, we'll be looking $20, $30 easily. I mean, look at all the development that's happening. You just look at it. There's so much going on, and it's just simple maths. In the next 2-3 years, will be like $30, $40, $50 easily. And I sort of feel there's a lot of suppression going on around about Hive, especially on the social media platforms. And I don't think they'll be able to contain that for very much longer. I think there'll be something that'll happen, and it'll be a breakaway moment, and then it'll just be kaboom. Because if you look about it, right, if you look at it realistically, we are one of the only properly decentralized coins or tokens in the blockchain. All these other blockchains are like, oh yeah, we're so like, what happens to BNB if Binance goes down? That's it. Yeah. Bang, dead. Bang goes BNB. What happens to Hive if blockchain trades goes down? Well, it just continues as normal, doesn't it?
Right.
Yeah. So we're just like very, very decentralized, and I could only see a good future for Hive. I could only see it. It's like right now it's great because I get to get cheap Hive. I still think 80 cents is cheap.
It's funny, right? Because like you see this, and it's popping up on Twitter a lot. Like, people they're starting to bring up the Steam takeover, and they're mentioning. And then there was a couple comments where people were like, "Well, when was Steam or Hive ever a top coin?" And then there's the screenshots. It was top 3.
Yeah,
it was top 3. Yeah, Steam was 3 overall, and it's like we've seen where it can go, and like you said, once we got rid of the baggage. It's decentralized, it's got development, it's got community, it's got passionate use case, it's got everything you need. The only thing that doesn't have, bunny ears again, is the price. It's not $30, and that's like for some reason people are so hung up on that instead of seeing, like you said, everything else that's going on.
People are too short-term minded. They want to see quick gains overnight, and that's not really you buy it, you hold it, you earn more, you collect and compound, you just grow it. So and in the end you'll see. I spoke to someone really intelligent the other week. Can't remember what they said, but he said that the only difference between poor crypto people and rich crypto people is their ability to hold a coin for a length of time, because they all win eventually. So
it's crazy.
Task, yeah, well, we got in here, Hive, $10 not happening, never mind 30 or 40. Well, you know, Ishmael, would you like to put $5,000 on that one? You know, it's simple, like you said, mathematics. There are 4 or 5 different projects going on that I watch that, like you said, we haven't had that breakthrough moment. But when we do get that breakthrough moment, and we got challenges, I mean, you guys just mentioned onboarding. I mean, onboarding's at the top of the list, and there's 3 or 4 different people working on that. You mentioned Raymond Search. There's 3 or 4 different projects working on that to varying degrees, and the tentacles of certain things are going in other directions. People don't understand how complex systems really evolve. And that's really what you're doing, because when you don't have that centralized entity to lay out a plan, it seems chaotic. It seems like, well, we're going everywhere, but we're going nowhere. And that really is true, because it's like watching grass grow, because you have a few little green sprouts, but a lot of it's under the surface. And right now, one of the reasons why I've been focusing so much attention on HBD, which since I started doing that, there's 2 or 3 different projects that are heavily going into that, in addition to what we've seen roll out. And, you know, what happens when there's 500 million HBD out there? Because, you know, if you have projects that are accepting HBD as payment, that suddenly takes everything that we're dealing with, all these different projects, and makes them a new economy, because now you've added commerce natively to whatever your application or your game, your project, whatever it is, you are adding commerce in. And people don't realize the impact of that for stability. And we really haven't seen the stablecoin market into that, or evolve into that, because stable coins right now are, okay, how many exchanges are you on? How many liquidity pools are you in? And, you know, how many people are flipping it from, you know, selling out their Bitcoin to Tether, or selling out their Bitcoin to USDC when they want to go risk off? And that's certainly one use case, but the bigger use case is when I can buy something from John, when I can pay for an affiliate membership with HBD, or when I can buy, you know, a card or a token or a skin in a game or whatever, or I can start to buy a pair, like we had Logical Dude on here, John, a few weeks ago, buying a pair of sneakers with HBD or something using like HBD. That. Yeah. You know, that's where you really, what's that?
HivePay.com.
Thank you for the shameless self-promotion, sir.
Yep. So, but they don't have HBD in there yet, do you, John?
Not as a swap, but you can integrate. Like HivePay is basically PayPal.
Okay, yeah.
You can build a code and stick it into any website, and you can accept HBD. You can accept Hive. You can accept Cine. You can accept Bro. You can accept CTP. You can accept whatever you want. It's totally up to you as the merchant.
Gotcha.
But the swap, the swap is only
okay. Hive, now I understand. Okay, the swap is only to Hive, and from Hive Engine is only Hive. Okay. But you know, I think that's really where Raymond, you know, what's going to be the breakthrough? I don't know. Is it going to be something Leo Finance is doing? Is it something the Three Speak guys are doing? Is it something you're doing? Hell, is it something Splinterlands is doing? Because they had kind of a breakthrough. Unfortunately, most Splinterlands people, and John's given a shameless plug for people listening and not watching.
Yeah, they're not watching me throwing up the Splinterlands shirt.
The problem is there's a lot of people on Splinterlands don't know they're on Hive, which is fine. But that's, I think, one area where we have to work on saying, with your Hive account, you can use all this other stuff.
Okay, so to lead on from that, I got another announcement that will lead on to what you're talking about. Is under the Bro umbrella, I guess. I don't know if any of you've seen, but I made an announcement in the channel on the Man Cave a couple of days ago saying that I was going legit. I was getting all my taxes sorted, and I was putting the Man Cave.
Legit. What were you before it? On the run? You were on the lam?
No. Well, there wasn't anything that I could. So like, I was taxed capital gains at exit, and I didn't exit, so it's fine. I wasn't taxed. Now the tax has changed in my country, right? So I've had to, they tax everything, every minute transaction, and I've had to go through everything to make what I do completely legitimate. So that means the Bro Fund, the Man Cave, Cine is all going completely on the books. And that's actually opened us to exciting new partnerships because one of our team has actually made progress with an actual TV station, and we're sitting down with them at the moment. Lawyers are involved, but that's an actual, real life in the world, not in crypto TV stations. So we're going to try and massage that. Excellent. Very, very good.
Oh, nice.
So that was the next one I had to say.
Yeah, and that's, I think, the thing that people miss is you have all these different things, and I'll throw, John won't do shameless self-promotion, I'll promote it. I'll throw listeners on there because I think the potential reach of listeners is incredible for this ecosystem, and the ability to, I think the ability to change the model of affiliate marketing is really incredible with listeners, and the fact that the changes through tokenization, the changes through what he's been banging, him and Blaine have been banging the drum for more than a decade about create your content to create your brand. But why not get rewarded for creating your content? Why not get rewarded for marketing your content? And so what breaks through, we don't know. But when you look at the numbers and you say, okay, we have like 30,000 monthly average users, about 16,000 accounts transacting daily, 15,000, something like that. What does this place look like with 100,000? And 100,000 on the internet, by the way, people, is nothing. It's like you're a niche site at best, let alone a whole platform or a whole protocol. So, one thing that breaks through and gets 100,000 regular users, whether it's Project Blank, whether it's Cine TV, whether it's a combination of all this stuff. We've talked about with listeners, their goal has to be to get 100,000 people using listeners, because I think it's a viable number that they can achieve. And what does Hive look like then? Because the resource credits aren't out there. That if HBD starts taking off at some point, a lot of Hive is going to have to be converted. Where does all this stuff come from? You do simple math and it's like, well, we really don't have enough of this stuff.
Yeah.
I silenced Raymond.
You silenced me, dude. That was like a mic drop, man. Yeah.
I agree. I didn't have anything to add to that. I completely agreed to completely everything you said. I mean, I didn't have anything else to add to that. I mean, the only more exciting thing that I say is, and when you say if no one caught on to that, when a whole lot of new Hive will be needed to be minted, that means the price goes up.
Yeah,
because I need to buy it. So
yeah, onboarding, Barbara, is still an issue. I mean, we as we said, there's 3 or 4 entities still trying to work on that, and hopefully somebody will have a breakthrough or a combination of it. It's, we can't go from where we're at to 100,000 users if they're all new accounts. We simply can't. I mean, how the hell are you going to get 100,000 accounts right now?
Well, Splinterlands has done a really, really good job at onboarding. I think one thing we need to do is learn from what they've done and just make it as easy as possible with the platforms that we've got. That's my opinion.
Yeah, but my view with Splinterlands is, and we know it was a lot of bot accounts, and that's fine. It's a game, that's going to happen.
Yeah.
A lot of that, those couple 100,000 they signed up last year, they didn't translate into users. I mean, you look at like Dow's reports; they're all custom JSON. So those people signed up for Splinterlands and are pure Splinterlands people, and that's cool too. I mean, you're not going to get people who cross pollinate. Most people will go to the app that they like and stay there. I think Splinterlands, I don't know, John, do they do a decent job of even promoting Splinter Talk within the game? No.
Not at all.
That's a simple move where that's their own platform, and they could just say, hey, now not only do you have your results, go over here, use the same account, and talk about your results. And by the way, earn SPT tokens.
I got a story. Go ahead, Raymond. Go ahead.
Yeah, we were actually thinking about that. I mean, the main reason we partnered with Rising Star was we thought, we need to look at retention and how people are looking at things, and we thought games is great for that because people look at the same screen all the time and daily, so then they're going to get their ads and their face and things like that. And we did think about Splinterlands, but we thought, nah, they don't do anything for anyone, so we'll just forget about that one.
Yeah.
I actually, it was funny when they started doing the SPS drop. I had a couple questions about how SPT played with it, and I couldn't get an answer from the Discord, and so I did their support ticket. And this is kind of, I guess, during their growth phase. But someone they had answering support tickets literally replied to me, and I still got the email. We don't have anything to do with Splinter Talk. You'll have to go to the developers of Splinter Talk. I'm like, it's your freaking front end. It's your blogging platform. Unless I don't know something here that someone else owns it. As far as I knew, it's Splinterlands that owns Splinter Talk. Right? I mean,
That's my understanding. I don't know. I mean, I thought it was Aggroed and Matt who set it up, but I could be.
I don't know, actually. I mean, I've been in contact with the people that own it, and it's definitely not Aggroed or.
Maybe it's.
I don't know.
Maybe
they passed it over. I don't know.
Because that's my bet. My bet is that if they ever did promote that, and these people started learning even more, because they do put it out there on Twitter. Like they'll highlight like the posts and they'll link to Splinter Talk. But I'm thinking like if they made that a big integral part of the game, that Splinter Talk token is a freaking steal right now. Not financial advice, but I mean, because just as you said, 200,000 people that are playing the game all of a sudden going, wait a minute, I can get rewarded for sharing my battles. Oh yes, please sign me up. Like that's my thought. And I wish, and this is not, again, I'm obviously a huge fan and I'm a massive fanboy of the game, but I would love to see them kind of push SPT a little bit more. But anyways, I'm biased because I have a bunch. So yeah.
In a way, it's good that you can still buy it for really cheap, I guess.
Really cheap.
When people catch on to that. And by the way, the bro fund does have 600,000.
Heck yeah! Well, dude, it's something that's something you've said, and when you and I have talked before, you actually, when I had you on one of my live streams as a guest, you said this, and it stuck with me, and I think it's so important for people that are new to crypto, right? And this is the problem when people get hung up on price. This is what you said, and I'm paraphrasing. You're like, when everyone else is going to get into something, I'm looking the other direction because that's where the opportunity is. And most people don't get that. What is it? What is that? Just you mature, or like what is it?
No, it's you need to always be one step ahead of everyone. Like when everybody's FOMOing into something and really, really it's like the chances of you making something from that because of FOMO is very little. So you need to be looking at other things. You need to be looking at things that will not be good now, but will be good 10 years down the line. That's
Right.
that's why Hive is such a good investment now. That's why CTP Talk is such a good investment now. You know, when like everything's £1 and £10 and $30 to get in, that's when it's not a good investment. You know, it's a good investment.
The flip side of FOMO is go back in when the FOMO leaves, like SPS.
Yeah,
John.
yeah.
I mean, that went up near $1, and now you can pick SPS up very
13 cents.
inexpensively
Yeah.
because
Well,
FOMO's done with the FOMO.
I picked up something like 30,000 SPS at one point for $2,000. I mean, I could bet your bottom dollar next year that's going to be worth 30 grand.
Yeah,
easy.
It was already near $1 once.
Yeah, well, when it first launched, yeah, and then it's gone down, but like all the stuff they're doing with it, like, yeah, I agree with you, Raymond. I think you know, right now, just stake it if you're getting it with the airdrop, because there's only 100 days left, so stake it.
All these people selling, I think they're crazy. I really do. I mean, like, but that's good for us.
Unless you need the money, it to me, it's a lottery ticket that makes a lot of sense. It's like
I have a confession.
Could this like 5x? Yes.
I sell some SPS to actually buy SPT.
Well, that's just making a investing decision of either what you need more of and what you need less of, or what you're a little more optimistic in terms of your rate of return, but you're still not abandoning, the concept. And I doubt you're selling all your SPS, John.
No, gosh, no. I still got like 40,000 or 35,000 or something like that. I still have it, but I take some because the way it works is the more assets you hold in the game, the more SPS airdrop you get. So that's what I'm doing. I'm saying, okay, well, SPS, yes, I get my 25% for staking it, but I can also increase that every day by buying SPT, buying cards, buying assets in the game, and that'll increase the SPS for the next 100 days.
One thing I've been thinking about doing really recently, actually, is just buying a bucket load of deck and just keeping it there.
That's what we do at Index. I mean, Index has got like 7 million or something like that. DC.
How much SPS does that earn you daily? That must be a load of SPS daily.
Well, I haven't looked recently, but like I'm guessing it's around 500 to 800. I think it was like 800 a day. I think.
Nice.
I'm not totally sure. I'd have to check. Actually, while you guys talk, I'll go look right
now. And like even DEC, DEC, that's a brilliant investment, because I could see that going up as well. Because just by sheer usage of the coin, just sheer usage of it. Wait till Chaos Legion goes out of sale, and then we'll see a big massive craze again.
Yeah.
It all comes back to the same thing with all this stuff, is utility. What is this stuff being used for, and what is it being tied to? You just get a token with no development. It's like, well, what do you have? Not much.
Exactly. You just release a token and like, well, buy my token, and then you're like, well, why? What does it do?
What can you use it for?
Yeah. Oh, it's just a token, it's like my scam token,
Yes.
Well,
you just buy it.
I think that's a problem with NFTs. I don't know if we've really evolved in the NFT world where
I don't understand why people are buying these NFTs that do nothing. I mean, maybe I just don't understand it. Maybe it's like buying art. I don't know.
Sorry, it's 1,200 a day. Sorry, that's so much.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a nice, tidy sum.
Not bad, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like I think the people who have breakthroughs with NFTs are the ones who are going to figure out use cases for these NFTs. Tie them maybe to real world situations where, you get a discount on something, or you have an NFT, so you get free movie tickets, or you get free this, or you get early access to that, or advanced membership, or whatever.
Well, I had an idea with an NFT set for on Cine. I mean, we scrapped it. We didn't do it, but it was like, if you had a certain range of NFTs from the team, then you would get maybe 10% more or rewards or something like that. So I think NFTs, if you buy them, they always have to have some sort of utility or thing tied to them, either in the digital world or the real world. Otherwise, what are you buying?
Yeah, man. Lots of people in chat, man. You brought them out, Raymond. They love you, man. Yeah, man. They love you, man. Me and Tasket up here, we're lucky if we get Chris and Jimmy to show up.
That's only if Jimmy's not on the road.
Well, that's a big shout out to Tracy. I mean, she really did spam Hive for me. I was like, Tracy, can you just do this? And she was like,
Tracy is one of the unsung warriors on.
Yeah.
Sure.
And also Miss Las Vegas as well. I got her to do that with the Brofund account. So I think it's thanks to those two.
Big time listener.
I know.
Yeah. And this is my life too.
Every day on List Nerds, it's like.
It's sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. How long does this last for, by the way? Just so does it last for as long as we're comfortable, or is there a set time?
We usually try to keep it around an hour, but for people that don't, but don't. It's whatever. Don't worry. Talk, please. So discuss. It's good. No one's rage
since
quit
he has to cut out like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I have it written down the time slots where I have to do the editing. Don't worry, it's okay.
Okay, so just one last thing. Is I don't know if anyone recognizes or knows, but I'm a really quite a good writer. I mean, it's part of my background. I've done it for about 8 years. So the ladies that actually taught me to write and to think about blog posts and reorganizing them, I'm bringing them into the man cave soon, maybe tomorrow or the next day, and I'm giving that to the community as a free service, so they will help other people be great at writing. So
very nice. Very nice. That's cool, man. Because that's the thing about Hive, and I know it's the blogging blockchain, right? And people try to get away from that. There's still a big chunk that use Hive to blog, and I don't think that's a bad thing at all. And I know a lot of people hate it. Oh, we're more than blogging. It's like
trust me. When Hive is $30, everybody will want to blog. It's easy money.
Dude, you saw it. You saw it when Steam went ballistic. Like there was people that, and they're not around anymore. They were there for the $8 Steam, know, but I mean, they were the experts then. They showed up, en masse, blogging every day. This is how you got to do it. You got to show up every day. And 2 weeks later, they're gone.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's hard to argue. Medium is a huge platform. I'm one that believes that blogging's a very small percentage of the internet, and Hive is evolving beyond that, but that doesn't mean that that's not a part of the foundation and going to be a continuum part, especially when people start to focus in on and hone in on the communities. And because then each community can have a little bit more flexibility. Maybe maybe the community accepts a less of a long form content than, let's say, Leo Finance does or CTP does. And it's going to be up to the individual communities, and you'll have experts in each of those communities who will come to the table who say, listen, I've been writing on my own blog about movies for 10 years, or, I'm one of the top affiliate marketing people that's out there. And so they just show up and they start sharing their experiences. And it's like all of a sudden the community just explodes.
And communities support each other, right? I mean, that's the big thing. You don't need to be a prize-winning author to get support here. Just show up and add value.
One thing I'm working on at the moment is just trying to get us into one big block. I don't know if you've read my post recently, but I was thinking about something along the lines of a leadership portal where we all get together, share ideas, resources, and just, it doesn't need to be money or anything, but we just share ideas and resources, get together and I don't know, have some sort of direction.
I like it, man. I like it.
Well, I think that's what happens is you start to get these different entities, where their communities, where their projects, whatever it is, and they start having a little success, and then they can start collaborating, and they can start aligning, and you start to see the way that they can start leveraging their individual success against the success of another for even much greater success. And I think that's where, when I went in earlier and talked about the complex system, that's how it works. You get tentacles of the bro fund going all these different directions, and it has nothing to do with what, let's say, Splinterlands is doing, but you are enhancing the whole ecosystem by what you're doing.
And we could all learn off each other and all teach each other things as well. Like there's certain projects I've looked at and I thought, wow, that's a great idea, and I've incorporated some form of that to make it work with the Bro Fund. So yeah, I think we could all learn and also teach each other things both ways.
Well, that's a great thing about the digital world. Copy paste is accepted.
Dude, I've got my master's degree
from your neighbor. You got in trouble. Here, it's like, yeah, take your idea.
Master's degree in copy and pasting, man.
So John, will it be okay if I suddenly release Bro Nerds in a few weeks?
That's fine, dude. Yeah, just say, hey, this was John's. Don't even say me. It's totally Blaine. Like I get too much credit. It's all Blaine. Like I got to say that, or else he gets really mad. So, yes, all Blaine.
Hey, speaking of Blaine, in Leo Market Talk, somebody made reference to what you guys were doing. He said, I really appreciate what John and Blaine were doing, and he put an E on the end of it. I went in and corrected and said, there is no E in Blaine. Yeah. I might have to take a screenshot and send it to you so that then, you can send it to Blaine.
There he is, and he's even watching.
He's like, long enough to mention it.
I'll tell you, as soon as he's like, as soon as we mention him, he like shows up. Like,
Oh, he corrected me last night as well, didn't he? He's like, yeah. He's like, you didn't even tag me in your post, did you?
I said he mentioned him. He just didn't tag him. Like, you got to make sure you tag Blaine and everything now. Like Blaine is the brains behind the operation, dude. I just show up and dance on camera for people. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
So it's very interesting, Raymond, what you're involved in. I think Cine is still one of those projects that, because of the market, can have incredible success. And I'm glad to see that you really are starting different partnerships and things with that, because I think in terms of target market, I can't see much bigger than that.
Yeah. Well, we've got a load. I mean, I've only announced a tiny little fraction of what we have coming for Bro and Cine. So you should expect a lot of things to come out with us in the next 2 years. A lot. But I can't talk about them yet.
Oh, dude.
Sorry. I gave you what I could at the moment. But
you're teasing, man.
You're worse than Olsen here. I mean, I thought he was the bad one with the teasers. Oh,
that's what I said. I said we got
coming out, and we'll tell you about it maybe soon.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, this is the thing with CTP, right? And this is something that Raymond, I get, he's really on the same page with me. It's like CTP got a lot of push and publicity from the Bro Fund, and Raymond supported us, and we put out our timeline. And I guess rumblings were like, well, what's going on? This token is blah, whatever. But when there's one developer, one Geico Gecko, that's me doing the dancing, and one support person who's Eliana, it's a small team, but our big plans are all coming out now, and it's just taking longer, but we're working on it. So that's
I honestly didn't expect that to happen. When I announced that I was going like hard in the CTP, I didn't expect me to price myself out the market. I thought people would be like me and go, oh, this is a good idea. I'll buy this up slowly. I didn't think them to go whoosh. Like that.
Yeah. Right. You have a great investment style, but the one thing about the investment, tell everybody you're going hard after you bought it, not before.
I've realized this. I've realized this.
He set the
have
price of
realized this.
CTP up to like 25 cents.
Yeah, it was great. It was wonderful. Yeah, I felt like I was going to be something in my life, and
I've
then reality.
learned by that. I've learned that lesson. I'll buy now and tell later.
I mean, hell, why do you think
don't
Elon
kiss them
Musk was
down.
like 2 weeks late putting in his form that he was buying Twitter because he could go from 5% to 9.2% without anybody knowing it?
Did anything come of that, by the way? Because I
And
really
their
like the
poison and
idea.
pill. They put in a poison pill, so it's back and forth. They're trying to fight. It's going to be a hostile fight for the company, I guess. I don't know what'll happen, but
I don't understand it though.
Wow.
I mean, it seems like it seems like it's not about the money; it's about the control of the message, isn't it?
Very
Well,
much
that-
so.
people.
well, that's what he's saying. I mean, nobody really knows what the hell his motive is, but that's what he's saying. But in terms of the company, it's about control. You're right, but not the message about control of the company, because Musk is coming in. He wants to buy the company out, take it private, and shit can the board and probably
Okay.
the employees. And the board is sitting there saying, we get paid, nice sums of money for being on the board here. And so they're poison pill. And I don't even think they're going to present his offer to the stockholders, which, then that brings up a different sort of pressure. So they put in a poison pill. I didn't read exactly what tactics they're utilizing, but they're viewing Elon Musk as a corporate raider, and that's what it basically is he's a corporate raider looking to take over Twitter. Unlike corporate raiders in the past, though, typically a corporate raider comes in because they see a company and they realize it's worth more if they sell off the parts. It's worth more broken up than it is as a company, as a single company. Musk isn't really that I can see looking to break up Twitter. He's looking to come in, take it private, and then do whatever the hell he wants. Hell, it just may be a marketing arm for Tesla for all we know. Who knows?
Yeah.
But so now the board's fighting them because they don't want to lose their cushy positions, and that's just
that makes sense. That makes sense. I could see why they're fighting tooth and nail now, because like if I had a cushy 300k job and I was getting leveraged out of it, I wouldn't like that.
Yeah, and then of course Justin Sun upped Musk's offer by about $20 or something. He set out in a tweet and said, "I'll offer like 65 to buy the company," or whatever the number was.
Not
like,
Justin Sun,
Sonny boy.
Where does he get all this money from? I mean, he must have lost a ton on Steam.
The People's Party, man.
Actually, I don't think he lost money on Steam, because from what I understand, he got all that stake for a song and a dance. I mean, I think it was only a couple $100,000 that he paid for like 70 million. So I don't think he, and I know he was selling stuff. I mean, he may have bought some more during the takeover. So who knows where he ended up. But
wow.
I mean, it's, you just marketing. I mean, I'm sure the guy's been involved with a bunch of pump and dumps with the way he markets stuff. So I don't know how he got his money. Maybe Jack Ma gave him a nice
sketchy
starting pot of money, because he's a protege of Jack Ma. So I don't know. I don't know Sonny Boy's story enough, other than the fact of what he did with Steam, which was the best thing that ever happened, because I've came out of it. It's like, okay, you can have that, and we built something better.
Oh, we built something so much better. You think the price of Steam now compared to us? It's like it's in the trash compared to us.
I haven't even. What is the price of Steam? I haven't
think it's about. I checked. I can't say now, but maybe 2 weeks ago, I think I out of curiosity checked. It was down in the 20s. It's like 20C or something. Wow. I mean, they were leading us for a long time, and now we're way above them. We're in the 80s. They're in the 20s.
Yeah, and we're down. I mean, it's
we were up to $3 this year.
Yeah, well, the Koreans did a little pump for us, but
they always do pumps. The Koreans,
they like their pumps. They like their pumps. They have a closed system there, so nobody can get in. So they can really do some things on Upbit that nobody else can. But I agree with you, Raymond, that over the next 12 to 24 months, I honestly think by the end of this year, it's going to be Hive will be in a different place. I don't know about token price, but Hive will be in a different place because I know you cannot project development. It's very difficult because there's always delays and all that type of stuff. But there's just so many projects going, and some of these have been in the works for a year. And I mean, Speak Network's been at it for a long time, and they've had some setbacks, and they're still plugging along. We might get something with them before the end of the year. John, this will make you happy. We might get something with Project Blank by the end of the year. I have no idea.
The mythical creature.
The unicorn. The unicorn.
The unicorn. Yeah.
So we have some of these other things. I mean, who knows what we'll be able to do with HBD over these next 6 months? And then you never know where the left field stuff comes in. Does a Rising Star suddenly take off? Does the Cine TV reach a target market that it didn't before? I mean, Splinterlands, we all knew it. It was big on Hive. But Splinterlands came out of nowhere last year when you think about it, because it was plugging along. And then all of a sudden it's like, boom, look at it. They tapped into a node somewhere that they got a lot of attention.
Yeah. I want to answer Barb's question there just because she's kind of been asking it. And so a lot of people from CTP are brand new to crypto. So they come in kind of blank slates, which is great. This is what we want. And she just wants to know what onboarding means. And onboarding is, if you're going to Facebook, what do? You click a sign up button, you put your name in, your email address, you click, I want a new account. You have a new account. It's free to you, but it still costs money, bandwidth, etc. But how they recoup that is they sell ads, they sell your information. You are the product. Onboarding for Hive is different because we don't have, it costs money to set up an account. So it costs someone the resource credits and Hive to basically buy that account for you. So there's no ads. You're not going to get served ads. No one sells your information. So onboarding is a tougher process on Hive because someone's got to pay for it. Who pays for it? It's not as easy as put your username in, email address, press OK. So someone's got to go through the process of confirming who you are, et cetera, et cetera. So there's more hoops to go through to get a Hive account compared to a Facebook account. Like if you just signed up, you press get an account, it seemed very seamless to you. But there's a whole lot of steps behind the scenes that goes on. On top of that, when you get an account, you're basically hammered with 4 things and a password. You get a whole bunch of things called account keys, which is just like, what the hell is that? Because that's probably the first couple of weeks you're trying to figure that out. And then you get a master password. What the hell is that? I mean, it's just, there's a lot that needs to be simplified for the onboarding of new members. So hopefully that was pretty good. Like I do that in front of Task, looking for, Task to either say I did okay or I sucked at that, or, I want him to be my Jack Ma. No?
So you're asking for money?
Basically. Yeah. Yeah. Feed me. No? No.
Well, John's married. I mean, I got to give John some money because I went out last week or 2 weeks ago without talking to him, and I put together a contest, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm starting to spend John's wife's money. John, because I'm sure you live by the golden rule. What's hers is hers. What's yours is hers.
Yes, my wife is a saint. Okay, let's
she's trying to beat Raymond's voice into the gates of heaven. So, okay, now I'm going to go to the two of you. First, John, since we did talk about it, anything you can reveal that's coming up with listeners, anything that you can make public for the CryptoManiac crew?
If you loved listeners, wait until you see what we've got coming next.
I won't hold you to it, but any time frame on announcements or roadmap or anything?
I have joined Cal in the Sooniverse.
I'm going to slap you. Okay, Raymond, what do you have coming up? What can we look forward to? I don't know what you want to say over the next, let's say, 2-3 months. Anything you want to add to what you've already talked about?
Okay, so I'm going to be very cryptic with this.
Like it. Yes.
So listen carefully, okay? John, I got a question for you. So
yes,
is CTP like will CTP be your gold standard? So, like, I know how Leo said when Leo was going to be their main coin. Is CTP the one that everything goes back into? Because I mean, like, bro, we plan with bro. That's going to be our main coin. So anything that we release is more than likely going to be getting a 1-to-1 share with bro, or there'll be a percentage or so on like that. So I just wonder if that's what
everything is going to run through CTP.
Oh,
that's our gold
know.
standard.
That's good
Yes,
to know.
yes. And Blaine just gave a huge hint. That might be Blaine with an E though. So because the Blaine I know doesn't give out hints, so he just gave out a hint there. So anyways, we'll just take that off.
Well, he did put an extra E in view. Do you notice that? So I mean, he gets upset when people add an E to his name, but he puts in 2 E's in view.
I plead the fifth.
Wait, I thought you spelled Blaine Blayn. I didn't know it was.
Yeah, that's how you spell it with a Y.
Well, good. Amir says he's got a big announcement, listener. If anyone does not follow Amir and his meme compilations, you're doing yourself a disservice. It's freaking hilarious.
We love them. We love them.
Oh my gosh, this guy's got a talent, like a little bit more, like jeez. Yeah, it's really funny.
So neither of you want to tell us shit. Is that what you're saying?
No. I really can. It's like we're working hard on a few things, and
sorry, Maniac fans, I tried to.
We did.
Somebody mentioned waterboarding. Maybe we'll have to turn to that.
No. Raymond asked like with the CTP. So the big thing is that yes, CTP token is going to be it's the standard. It's everything we're doing. That's the token. Like all of our projects, we're not creating a new token to be the token. It's all CTP.
You're pushing the value into CTP. Is
yes.
And that's what we'll be doing with bro as well. So anything we do.
So what are you going to be doing, Raymond?
I don't know. Mystery stuff.
See, now we can't have him back on like 4 months down the road and like hold his feet to the fire saying, well, you said you were going to do this and you didn't do shit. What have you been doing?
I didn't offer shit.
Did you get your badge? You got your badge, right, Raymond? Like, did
What's that?
Your Hive Buzz badge? Did you get it? I'm sure I sent it to you. Didn't
you?
You
Probably did. I'll check. That's not something I.
It's on Hive Buzz, right?
I've been off blogging for a long time. I've only recently got back into it, so I had a long period. I only just found my mojo again. Interestingly enough,
Hey John, did you see how Amir? Did you see the third one down? How Amir's spelling his name?
Yes, Blaine Johns. I like it. Yeah, it's great. The CryptoManiacs, exactly. That's what we should call. Yes, you have your badge. Yes, you have your badge right there. Yes,
you got a badge.
Yes, CryptoManiacs podcast guest. Yes, he does.
Oh, very cool.
One of 22. One of 22.
Is there now a something that you can put on there? Because didn't Arcane say that you could have like stars or something? Or
Okay. We're gonna set up a fund because it costs me a whole bunch of money every time I gotta issue the badge, and then I gotta like put the stars.
Oh, so the stars would cost money too.
Yeah, you're getting a badge. Okay, you can come once or you can come 1,000 times. You're getting a badge. Okay, you're getting my unending love too, and that's worth more than any badge. So. This
Tash
is the
just
show.
wants all those badges.
What's that?
Line up it. Tash just wants all those badges to line up his profile.
Yeah.
We don't get badges. We don't get CryptoManiac badges. John and I are barred. We can't get them for ourselves.
It's that and me, Blaine, and Eliana are not on the reputation list on List Nerds either, because we don't want the shine, man. We want the community to shine.
I'm not on the reputation list for List Nerds either because I don't have much of a reputation.
You are, sir. You are number, I'll tell you right now.
Well, I'm up to like 59 rep or something. 49, 50.
41. You're 41 overall.
Oh, number 41. But
number
my
41,
like
56. You're 56.
I know.
Yeah, rep. Yeah. So if you need help with that, ask This Is My Life. She is definitely the go-to, or Chris for help to get your reputation up, sir, if you need help. Okay.
I don't think there's anything that can help my reputation. It was shot long ago, and
Yeah, well,
I just accept it.
dude.
I
Raymond,
would
man,
agree with that.
it's a blast to have you on.
Thank you. I love
you're not allowed to take months off now, so we got to get you back like next month. Even we need you to become our new Brian of London, because Brian of London has left us. I don't know where he is. Like, anyone seen Brian? Someone? He usually shows up every month, and he hasn't been here. He
Okay, I can do that. One request though, if I do, I'll talk to you that over.
Cool.
Off air. I don't bother the audience with that.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect, man. Thank you for coming. Task, anything else before we let these?
I don't know.
people
We
go,
just
or?
had an hour-long show. Did we say anything? I mean, it's like, was there any information that we shared? I don't even know. It's like
I
mean, Raymond's running for office. He just spoke for like half an hour and said nothing.
I can't concentrate. That shine from your head, Taskmaster. It's just like,
hey, John, do you have the image that you sent me last week? Is that still
I put it out on Twitter, man. You didn't even respond to it.
I didn't see it. I haven't been on Twitter much this week. I've been on Leo Finance. So
yeah. Well, I'll find it.
And the shine from my head. John's paler than I am, and he has the hat on, but look at that forehead.
Dude, it's pretty impressive, right? It's nice.
That's shiny.
It's shiny.
I didn't actually know you were a shiny head like Taskmaster.
Oh, I'm not as shiny as the good sir, but I've definitely got some shine. Oh, here we go. We'll share this here for everyone that's viewing. This was the Cal tweet that I had to reply to, and there you go. There is Task with his.
That's awesome.
Right there is Task with his. And then Jimmy does the GIF underneath. Like,
oh my god.
That's legendary, man. Cal liked it. He said,
you know what you should?
I can't unsee this. You know,
it's like a horror film, John. You can't get rid of it.
Look at that. There you go.
You should give him a Johnny Bravo haircut.
Yeah. Well, that's the Wall Street Bets look, right there, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, that's right, John. It is the Wall Street Bets look.
Right?
Yeah.
And the glasses too. Like, I mean, bro, you're like supermodel material
I'm styling
there.
a profile, man. I'm like the new Ric Flair, styling a profile.
Yes, I like it, man.
Man,
dude, you gotta make that your profile.
I haven't had a rug like that or a head of hair like that ever.
Dude, you've got to do that as your profile pic. Like, come on, NFT that or something. Like, that's legendary. Anyways,
you already put it out there, so everybody can pirate it. It's whoever designed it. Did Jimmy design it or who?
No. It was
Chris, right?
Alex Rourke.
Oh, Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
because we were talking about Canvas or Canva.
Canva, yeah, and he did it like in a second and said, "This is what you can do with Canva," and like put it.
That was shout out to This Is My Life on that one. She got me subscribing to Canva. I love it.
It's fantastic. Everyone on Hive that writes blog posts needs to be on Canva to be creating headers and stuff like that to make your stuff pop. So for sure. So,
well, Raymond, it was good to have you on. John, did you appreciate him coming on?
Oh, dude, it's always fun, man. It's fun. It's good when I don't need to have big technical conversations with people where I don't look like a total idiot. So now, it's good.
Wait, John. Last week we had Raven, and
yes, which was good,
right up your alley with music. Then I think the week before that was Jimmy, right?
No, Jimmy was in March.
Who was before Raven?
The 5th. It was supposed to be Fred.
Oh, it
ended up being us. Yeah.
So then before that was Jimmy.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You know.
Well, no,
we haven't teched you out too bad yet. I mean,
the tech stuff will be coming. I'm sure we'll get some tech stuff going.
I'll have to go find somebody. Maybe I'll try to get a hold of Hou.
Yes. Perfect. Yes. Just I'll just watch my eyes glaze over like for an hour. Like,
I'll let him describe how he designed the resource credit delegation. Please go line by line and tell us.
people ask me, how do you know so much about Hive? I'm like, bro, I don't even know 10% of Hive. I don't even know what the hell. I'm winging this stuff, man. You guys think I know what's going on? Don't look at me. I show up and dance. That's all I do.
Remember when there was a time where you could keep up with everything going on Hive, guys? I mean,
remember
yeah,
that.
when it was Hive and HBD,
So
but now
much
all the
going on.
projects finished.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and yes, we are going to have Blaine. We're going to have Blaine as a special guest for CryptoManiacs. I gotta figure out he's a very busy man. So
Blaine with the Y.
Blaine with the Y. Blaine with the Y is coming.
Well, why don't you
I'm
put
going to
it?
tease him for that forever now.
Isn't it spelled Blayne?
Yes, with an E at the end too. Dude, I have to basically live with him, okay? You guys are like, just, you guys can shut off. I got to deal with him now. He's going to be like, you son of a mother. Anywho, guys, it's been a blast. Hope everyone had a good time, especially the live audience was great. You guys rock. Have a great night, and we will see you guys on Friday. Toodles.
Ciao.